Hey, Hound Dogs, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
I'm Julia Canon.
And I'm Jen.
And you're on the air with Power Squared. This is Jen's first team meeting, and there's really no initiation or anything that goes along with it. But welcome aboard.
Thank you.
We try to meet once a month to sort of talk about what's going on with the comic book and, why Julia's not turning pages in, that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, she did. You turned in 8 pages this month. So we
made it.
We might actually get an issue out this year. That's great. So you finished up through 13?
Yeah, so a couple of days ago because I did the inking and coloring for the first 5. So I just turned in the pages 6 to 13, I believe.
Right. Okay. And
ended on the good number.
Yeah. Lucky 13, yeah. So anything and this is your first issue to be the artist on, anything you're finding hard to do or different?
Well, for one, I think one of the things is just because what was it? Sorry, I lost train of thought. It's like I'm not too keen, or my skill in drawing skeletons. Sorry, spoilers. Isn't as best as it could be. So sometimes when trying to find the right angles, because I think I said this a few podcasts ago when we were working on pages, we would sometimes look at a skeleton and see what postures would work. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since I've actually I guess used Clip Studio to its I guess best to try to get comic stuff done, if that makes any sense, because skeletons aren't my main forte.
Yeah.
So using something like that and then just trying to get everything coordinated with how my style is and just everything proportion, it's been a challenge, but I feel like I'm doing okay at it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
He wrote a story just to make it hard for you.
Well, the issue after that does not involve a skeleton. So.
Yeah,
it involves the dragon. All right, I'm out.
Yeah. it's just a lot of
draw every single
dragons,
scale.
right?
Oh God, Jen, you have to color every scale.
I'll do it.
You have the same skill set as Kentaro Miura, right?
So the next issue is all horses? Is that yeah, okay.
Oh.
All right, I'm out now.
Those are hard to draw. I don't know.
I was going to say there is a lot of ice, but...
I think she can draw ice, I hope. Well, let's
yeah, for
ahead of
sure.
ourselves, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Clip Studio. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm not. Okay, I'm half flying, but you know what I mean.
No, are you lying?
No.
Okay. So you're gonna do 13, and you're gonna finish the issue this month?
Yeah, because there are. I'm looking through the stuff right now. So there are 20 pages in this issue. So it's going to be 7 pages, and then I believe afterwards, then we talk about the cover, or if you guys want to move on to the next issue, whatever you guys want to do.
No, I think we should do the cover.
Yeah.
Get that done. All right.
Mhm.
Wow. 7 and the cover. Wow. And all within the next month. That's great. And then you get on to Paul didn't draw out his, so it's all.
Yeah.
It's okay. I got this.
It's going to be a little more of a challenge, I think.
Yeah.
Because you have to come up
I
with
think it'll also just be good for me too, just because I said I think a few podcasts ago, I know I can't rely on that forever. So it's it'll be good to at least exercise my brain too, to see okay, how would I do this, or how do I think it would be better, that kind of thing.
And then you have to
I
guess
can't work.
you have to guess how we wanted it to look.
Yeah.
This is the fun part.
That's the fingers crossed part.
Yeah. Well, again, we can talk about it before you start or whatever, or you can talk with Paul about it.
Yeah.
Are we keeping you from something?
No, I was double checking numbers.
Okay.
Checking those stonks. No.
He's got another podcast he's on at the same time. Okay, so that's going to be exciting. And Jen, I know you just got the pages last night to start, so.
Yeah. I've been checking the Dropbox. I just haven't been paying attention if they were there beforehand or not. I was just waiting for like someone to let me know.
Yeah. I
Hey.
figured
Yeah.
somebody should do
Sorry, Jed.
It's okay.
Sorry, I have this really bad habit of once I drop something in the Dropbox, I just go to sleep.
Yeah, and I found a useful feature from Dropbox where it will let me know when something's changed. So it's like, okay, good. Like if someone forgets, then I'll know then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you should wait and to make sure that we've approved whatever she's put in there before you start. I don't want you to have to do extra work.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I mean, that's why I told you there was 2 pages that were still being edited on. So
Yeah.
once those are in, then you can do those as well. And you've got, you have a color guide, and I guess have you seen the issues? I mean, the pages that Julia colored. Should make sure you have those so you have at least consistency with the. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Okay, all right. I mean, so the first 5 pages. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you, then we expect 8 pages from you this month. That's great.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, ask Julia first, then ask us. I mean, if there's any coloring questions, I don't know.
One thing I will. What happened?
Sorry, go.
Oh, for one, I will make sure to like let you guys know if what I worked on looks okay to for you, and then proceed with the shading and all that stuff to make sure that I don't do the entire thing and then it turns out that you guys don't like it or there needs to be big changes and yeah.
So you want to do the coloring, the basic, and then have us say yes, and then you'll do the shadows and all that? Okay, because we're really picky about shadows, as Julie can say. Okay. So
if it makes you feel any better, I used to forget stuff, so I'll just be like, "Hey, yo, can you like add shadows on on the floor, please?" And I'm like, "Forgot about that."
So then we'll have to approve the coloring and the shadows. So it'll be 2 different processes.
Yeah.
So as long as we're just as long as we all understand each other.
Yeah, I think I think like there was like one issue. Like I guess one thing that was like hard to get in translation was when Rachel was still around. I remember when we were like, what was it? Like it was the story of like it was a more in depth like storytelling of how the boys got their powers. So there was that one panel where there was that like light effect where they got their powers and we were both getting confused and Rachel just pulled the like Thanos of like fine I'll do it myself. I felt so bad.
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
And then I think kind of repeated that in the first issue of this, or second issue, the one we just put out. Is when he gets his powers, so we kind of repeated that same. It's all a big blur. So, and okay. And Trevor, you're lettering what issue?
I started 23.
Okay. So, we're 1 issue behind there.
Yeah.
And then do you look at your script before she starts on it again, or are you just happy with it?
I was gonna look at it again.
Okay.
Or try to
Taking it out of you're taking it out of the drawer.
Blow the dust off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to make sure I got the terminology right and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily asking you to do that. I was just curious if you were going to do that. So, all right.
What's terminology? No, I'm kidding.
So that's really about all I have about the comic book right now.
Yeah.
I still want to try to do a Kickstarter at some point, maybe next year, with these issues, and then try to do a trade.
Yeah.
With was it 6, 7, 8, 9? We decided.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about. How would you feel if I asked Rachel to do the cover for something like that?
I'd be fine with it.
Okay, I'm just.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I haven't
Like
asked
a
her.
Kickstarter
How
banner.
dare no? I'm kidding.
I haven't asked her, but I don't. I'm not out to insult you. I'm just trying to see because she did those issues. So it might be.
Yeah, like, I mean, it can make sense.
Okay.
Uh,
She also may say no.
I guess the only
No.
I guess the only other thing we can ask is if anyone has made any progress on Way of the House Husband,
Oh yeah. Well, that's yeah.
including obtaining it.
I have it on my shelf.
All right.
I have to take it.
Well, I can say I actually read it. I'm reading the volume 2.
Oh.
It's that easy to read.
Trevor and I have 9 volumes.
Well, I'm not trying to read the whole set. I'm just saying it's a pretty easy read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I skimmed it, or like I read it like a while back. So I'm just like, yeah, this is pretty funny.
So, we can set a time to do that.
Yeah.
Probably sometime in July, and then I'm still thinking that the week of Comic-Con, I was going to ask if you and Julia and Jen and Rachel could do the show without us.
Yeah, I'd be done.
Yeah, I mean, it's a better show without us, I think. I really enjoyed the first 2 you guys did, so. That was really good.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
Would we want to do a podcast about Comic-Con?
Yes. Before or after?
That's the question.
Ooh. Maybe one before, maybe one after. And you know, you guys can get professional status because, you know, you're going to be in a published thing at some point.
So there are 4 Fridays in July. So
Yeah. Well, so we're going to be, the 21st is the one we're going to be out on.
Yeah. And then one of these got to be the team meeting, and then one of these would be the comic book club.
Okay. That just leaves one.
Yeah.
I still think we should do something about AI and create it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a concern right now.
Yeah. You know, people are concerned that AI is going to take over for all the creative jobs and all that eventually.
Yeah.
So.
A lot to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we do the show, if you want to be on it, you can talk about it.
Right.
But you know, we're just trying to kind of occasionally do topics that are kind of topical.
Yeah.
You know, because it is. I mean, the closest I've seen was I went to a demonstration last Comic-Con. It's a guy that was going to show you how you could do your own comic book, and it was just a ton of software he was using. And he used this software to do this, and this, and you have to do this, and this. Like, okay, it's not worth. You know, you're not creating anything. You're just learning software programs. And
like
so,
you're probably like you're probably using like maybe some of your brain cells to put in the words for a description, but that's like the best I'll probably give them by the sound of, like, I'm just going by the way you're explaining it, so I don't really know.
Well, no, I honestly was just kind of curious about. I wasn't trying to not have artists or colorists. I was just curious what he was talking about.
Oh no, like no, I get you.
But it was
I'm just like.
But it looked kind of clunky. It didn't look good to me. And I mean, maybe it's a different style, but it looked like he was spending all this time. And it was okay when you do this, you do the modeling here, and then you go over to this software, and I'm like, oh god, okay.
I would rather learn Blender and everything all around that. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, and people were leaving because it was just like, it wasn't a very good presentation. It was boring.
There's only so much that AI can do on its own, and even with any assets or data set or whatever it uses, that you see the first iterations of it not being able to do fingers on anything, and
those
then
are
now all just twisted and tangled in whichever way.
Sometimes they have 12 fingers, you don't know why.
Yeah, but I've seen a pattern in it has its own style because it's trying to replicate the best out there, and it's like, well, it's distinguishable when it's AI or not.
Yeah.
And if there's any fixes, you're still gonna have to have your own hand or an artist's hand to fix it. So there's no real 100% to escape that.
Well, I know there's concern about people worried about it was the opening of some show.
Secret Invasion
was all AI done, and people were the idea that you could replace artists or production people by doing having this program reach out and do stuff. I don't want to to me art is kind of a human process, and if it's not a human doing it, it's not really art. It's just
like there's still the whole there's the whole thing of like ooh shiny, but also it's like what else is there?
So there's plenty to talk about.
So we'll talk about this at another time.
Sorry.
That's fine. No, this is like a little for passion.
A little preview.
Yeah, a little preview. Okay. Well, does anybody else have anything comic book related to Power Square they want to talk about? No is the answer.
I saw Trevor's edits for him, so I'm gonna be working on them, so they'll be in tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So just to add.
I did some more work on the SRCC page. You're both instructors, and at some point we'll replace the image. The colored image was one I pulled off of Julia's Twitch one time, so we'll have to come up with if you do Twitch or stream your coloring, then we could get an image from that. But it's their potential. It just says scheduled to be worked out, and the same sort of thing with Julia's, which I think I made you draw. I think it's called Drawing the Book or something like that. I made up a class for you.
Intro to whatever the heck I do.
Yeah. With a lot of question marks. I'm kidding.
That's fair.
And then I still need to do you guys.
Right.
Give you a title. I decided I should be Director of Student Affairs.
Okay.
And
I'm likely going to start streaming next month. Definitely not the first week, but that's for sure. That's in my plan to do for next month.
Well, again, let us know when you're doing it, and we'll try to publicize it as well. And I have no problem if you want to talk, nicely about the comic book. But I mean, I know there's a thing in the contract about not talking about it, but I want you to talk about it. So,
promote it. Yes,
all you can. Much appreciated. All right.
Yes.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube later and you like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment about if you want to hear a discussion about AI.
Okay. So until next time, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
I'm Trevor Hankins.
I'm Julia Canon.
And I'm Jen Moreno.
And you've been on the air with Power Squared.
Bye.